Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the Fibble puzzle. This is Wordle, but there's a liar in every row. So maybe the H is lying, but if it is, should it be grey or green? Or maybe the I, L, L or Y is the one that's lying. The only way to find out is to play. Now, it's auto-populated that first guess at the top, and I'm going to make use of the fact that we've got the H and the I in yellow, because that means even if one of them's lying, we know that we've got at least one correct letter. So let's test them both again and see what we learn. Wow, we learn they both change colour. So clearly one of them's lying on the top row and one of them's lying on the second row. And in particular, that means none of these 5 letters is in the grid at all, because they can't be lying. We've already used up our 2 liars. Probably the H is lying there and the I is lying there, just because the I is a more common letter. But it's not guaranteed. We might have to revisit that assumption. But the important thing is not to panic. Interesting. Do I think the I is lying or the C? Let's assume the C is lying for now, because if the I is there, then an IC ending might be quite likely. Or maybe we just don't have a C at all, because maybe it's an IN ending, like onion. No, that's not an IN ending, is it? Cumin would be an IN ending, but that can't be right, because then none of these letters would be lying. Interesting. What other possibilities are there? Let's get rid of the N. Let's try curio. See if we learn anything useful this time. Okay, again, the I has changed colour, so maybe it's the I that's lying, because it's in the wrong position. If it's the I that's lying, that means we have to use the N, the C. In fact, the C would be lying there as well. So we have to use the N, the C, and the I and the O. So, what uses NIC and O? I mean, Scion does. That's surely not common enough to be correct, so I'm not at all confident about this guess, but again, it will give me some more information, so we'll try it. Oh, interesting. So now we've got 2 rows in a row with a grey C. But the trouble is, if I believe the C's on both of these rows, okay, so if there is a C in the word, then that is lying, which in particular means we've got all 5 letters and we just need to anagram them, but it also has to start with the S and ends in the N. That's clearly not going to work. So there isn't a C, which means that the C is lying there, which means the I is actually 5th, so that's lying there. Which also means we do have an O somewhere, and it's definitely telling the truth here, because it's not false, because I is. The I is telling the truth, because it's not going to be 3rd and 4th. The C is telling the truth, because it's not in the word. So it's either an ON ending, sorry, an IN ending, in which case the S is lying, or the S is telling the truth and the N is lying, in which case the N would have to be 2nd. I don't think that's going to work. I think the S has to be lying. So presumably it's something like toxin. That's definitely plausible. And it's so plausible, it's correct. That might have been completely guaranteed at that stage, because we didn't have very common letters left. And I did have the OIN pretty firmed up. So that was pretty logical at the end. Very happy to have spotted the correct answer, although it did take me a few more guesses than I would have liked. That is Fibble. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.